to see better. Now it's okay. As you can see, I am pretty much ready right now. Sorry for the delay. Delay. Hello, you. All right. Let's come into easy pose. Excuse me, the cross-legged position. No, 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 no. Okay. All right, everybody settle down. Let's take a moment to do some yoga together. Your day is probably very busy, so let's take just a moment for ourselves. Let's take a moment to let mind, body, breath, soul flow together in a celebration of life. We have one life to live. Our life is seen through this one set of eyes, in this one perception, this one look at the world. No matter what you and I look like on the outside, from the inside looking out, you and I are human beings, wants, needs. So let's take a moment out of a busy day. Let's take a moment for ourselves. It might seem selfish, it's really not. We are human beings. We can take a moment to be the human that's doing the being. As we do our yoga today, try to breathe only through your nose. Sorry, that can get difficult. But work at it. When you exhale, you'll realize that you really have to push the air out. And that's, I think, the real benefit of breathing in and out through the nose. You'll really feel your diaphragm muscles working and your intercostal muscles, the muscles between the ribs working. Hello, everybody. Trying to message Dominique. And be of great benefit to do an hour of yoga or however long we do yoga today, breathing only through the nose. I'm not planning on going a full hour, make this one a little shorter. Let's take a moment to let mind and body simply move together. Well, they're not going to move separately, are they? Let's get warmed up. Turn your hands around and grab your knees. Back straight. Try to pull your lower back in just a little bit. Balance your head on top of your spine. Don't let your shoulders shrug. Neck is long. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Let's roll out the neck. So drop your chin down. Roll your head around one way. And then roll it around the other. Try to keep your neck bones going straight up and down. Do this again. And then as you roll your head around, feel those muscles, those long muscles that control the neck. You feel them, and you will feel some perhaps complain as you do this. That's normal. One day, hopefully they'll work out. Inhale your arms up, reach up. Whenever we reach up, the shoulders want to shrug, so try to fight to pull the shoulder blades down. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I have torn rotator cuffs, and these are pretty hard for me to do. I'm doing okay though. Look over your right shoulder. Now, as you do this spinal twist, think about your backbone being straight up and down, your neck being in alignment with your spine, your shoulders twisting to the right, and you're looking over that right shoulder. And remember, your eyes will go there like quickly, but what we want to do is to try to get flexibility in the head and neck and get that nose over your shoulder. It's almost impossible to do. You're a very, very flexible person if you can get the nose or get the chin over the shoulder. Let's try the same thing on the other side. So inhale the arms up, looking forward, reach up, and then let's do a spinal twist to the left. So the backbone is straight up and down. That elbow in the rear is straight. Backbone straight, neck straight as you can get it. Straight up and down too. There's a tendency here for the body to want to lean back. Try to be straight up and down. Neck in alignment with spine. Shoulders pulled down. The shoulders want to shrug. And all of these, pull the shoulders down and take your gaze over your left shoulder. Very good, everybody. Inhale your arms up, reach up. Again, don't let the shoulders shrug. Grab your knees with your back straight. Stir out your torso. Just go one way and then come back. Go the other way. And just stay here for a moment. Try to stir your spine right where it meets your hips. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and come on to our hands and knees, and we are going to work through cat pose and cow pose. This will feel good for the back. See, if you're anything like me, like I've got knee pads on. No, don't. Anyway, back straight, knees a little bit apart, knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders, your back straight, you're looking down. Take in a deep breath here. On an exhale, arch your back up into cat pose. So tuck the tailbone under, drop the head low. Think about a scaredy cat. Your back is arched, the scaredy cat. And then on cow pose, take in a deep breath here. Sway the back, lift the chin, tailbone up, belly button down, come up high out of the shoulders. Let this feel good in the back. This is called cow pose. And if you've ever seen, if you ever go to the cheese farm, go to and see cows, that they sure do have swayed backs. That looks really crazy. But anyway, let's go through cat and cow. Exhale, come into cat, and then stay here and breathe for a moment. Let arching your back feel good. And then take in a deep breath. Lift your chin, tailbone up. Let this feel good. Let the backbone feel good. And then if you like, you can do this on breath. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow, lifting the chin, tailbone up. Exhale, cat. So really taking that spine through a nice back and forth range of motion. Come back to table pose with your back straight. Curl your toes under. And we're going to come to downward facing dog. I'm going to start by tucking my shirt in a little bit. So let's come to downward facing dog. So curl your toes under, tailbone up, ears between your arms. Try to get a straight line from your wrists through your back to your tailbone, and then a straight line, then a straight line from your tailbone down to your heels. So really pull the belly button up tightly. This is downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Now I have trouble doing this, so just however you can, just work your way back. Hands back to your feet, and then slowly stand up and reach up. Once you get here, work your arms from side to side. Feel yourself lengthening through the right side of your spine and then the left side of your spine. Just feel like you're lengthening through. Inhale up, reach up, belly button in tightly, and then gently come down. Don't let your abs collapse. Pull the belly button in tightly, but then gently hinge over your belly button, drop down, look between your legs, look behind you. Having trouble being upside down today. Then slowly come up and reach up. And again, stay here for a moment. And then bring your arms out to your side, shake out your shoulders, take your feet a little bit apart, about hip distance or about not quite the mat distance apart. Hands to your lower back for support and rock back into a back bend. Stay here. And then bring your upper body up. Now we're going to do the same thing, so you can stay right here. Or if you'd like to make this a little harder, bring your ankles together, touching if you can, ankles, big toes together. Inhale the arms up, reach up. Don't let the shoulders collapse. Don't let the shoulders slide down. Don't let them shrug. And then from here, come into a back bend. So try to keep the arms by the ears, curve back. Just stay here, breathe. So you can always do the back bend the first way, the supported way. That's going to be just fine. And then inhale your arms up overhead. Bring your arms down to your side and shake out your shoulders. Now, feet together. Hands, there you are. Feet together, hands to your chest. Inhale your arms up, look up, and then looking forward, bring both hands over to your right. This will be crescent moon. So we're taking the hands over to the right. We want to stick the hips out to the left a little bit. Just stay here, crescent moon. And let's switch sides. So with cat and cow, we took the spine forward and backward. Now we're going side to side. And inhale up, reach up. And then gently come all the way down. Should be at the back of your mat. And then walk both hands forward to push-up position. Now in yoga, this is called plank. And eventually, we want to be able to do push-up position. But remember, you can always do this, come down onto your knees. So come into knee plank. So it's push-up position, but you're on your knees. Come down to the low push-up position and stick your tailbone up a little bit. And then lay your tummy all the way down onto your mat. When I do yoga, I like to use old-fashioned words instead of like scientific terms like abdominal wall. Lay your abdominal wall onto the mat. No, I'd rather say tummy when we're doing yoga. All right, so elbows in tight, hands near the front edge of your mat. On a big inhale, use your back here, not your arms. Look forward, come into cobra. Pull your shoulders out wide. Looking forward, deep breaths. This is cobra. Now use your arms here, stay on your knees, push up, look up into up dog on the knees. Come on to up dog onto the tops of your feet. Curl your toes under, rock back, downward facing dog, and then walk your hands back to your feet. Again, I have trouble here, but if you can, just walk your hands straight back to your feet. And then we'll slowly roll up, reach up, and then bring your arms down to your side and wiggle out a little bit. Now we'll do 2 more of those. Inhale up, come down, walk your hands out to push-up position. You can drop down onto your knees, come to low push-up position. Lay all the way down onto the tummy. Get ready. Big inhale into cobra. Use your back, not your arms. Now use your arms. Push up, look up, stay on the knees. Up dog on the knees. Come on to the feet. Curl the toes under. Down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Slowly come all the way up. Reach up. Arms to your side. Shake out your shoulders. Very good. Let's do that one more time. Inhale your arms up. Dive down. Walk your hands out to plank or knee plank. Low push up. Lay on the tummy. Inhale cobra. Stay on the knees. Push up to up dog. Now this time take your knees wide and rock back. Try to get your tailbone back and low. You can take the knees out toward the edge of your mat. Elbows all the way down. If you can, lay your head down to your mat. Only if it feels good. Walk your fingertips away from your shoulders, but only if that feels good. Nice. Come on to your hands and knees. Let's do cat and cow for just a moment. Let this feel good. Nice. Excuse me, nice. And now from here, take your left leg straight back behind you. And stay here. Try to have that left leg parallel to the floor. You can flex the foot if you like, or you can point your toe if you like. That's up to you. Or you can always mix it up. If you feel good about things, you can take your right arm up. So you have left leg up, right arm up. You're trying to get a straight line from your hand to your foot. And come back to table pose. Let's try the same thing on the other side. So let's take the right leg up. And then, again, you can keep both hands on the mat here. That's fine. If you feel good about things, feel adventurous today, take that left arm up. Nice, and come back, hands and knees. Now from here, let's do the hard one. Take your left leg up, and then see if you can take your left arm up. So left leg up, left arm up. And come back for a gentle landing. Let's try that on the other side. Right leg up. And only if it's going to work for you, right arm up. It's amazing how much harder that is. This to me anyway. Nice. Come back down for a gentle landing. Knees wide, rock back, elbows to your mat, wiggle your hips. Very good. Now with the knees wide, come up onto your elbows and walk both of your elbows off of the right side of your mat, and then drop your elbows to the floor. Hopefully your floor's okay. And give a good stretch here to your left side. You can rock back a little bit. You can wiggle your hips. You can wiggle your left shoulder. You can kind of work into this here. But take a moment, feel a nice, well-disturbed stretch through that left side. Let's try the same thing on the right. So walk your hands over, well, on the right side. Yeah, walk your hands all the way over onto the left. Drop the elbows down. Kind of sink your tailbone back, get comfy here. And give your left shoulder, your right shoulder, I'm getting mixed up, right shoulder and right hip, a nice stretch. You can feel a really good stretch. And a good way to feel these stretches is it'll feel kind of like a line, and you can wiggle your hip and shoulder and feel the line of the stretch move across your side. Just take a moment and enjoy that. And let's walk our hands back center. Let's come around to a seated position. Now from here, we shall do boat pose, which is going to work the tummy. And we'll do 3 of these. I like to do the harder things in threesies so we can do boat pose here. This again is going to work the tummy. Now we'll do this 3 times. So pace yourself. You can always sit sit one out. That's going to be fine. If you don't want to do this, when we get into boat, we're going to be here. We're going to trying to have the back straight. We'll be balancing on the tailbone. That might not be what you need to be doing, and that's going to be fine if you don't want to do that. So with boat, instead of boat, when I say boat, you can lay back, hands behind your head, elbows wide, and simply lift your head off of the mat. When you do that, don't pull on your head, but use your hands to just support your head a little bit. But lift your head up off the mat. Just use those neck muscles. Again, you can support your head a little bit. elbows in, you don't want elbows wide. So just kind of like a little tiny support. You'll feel your abdominal wall engage. If you want to go further, you can do what's called a crunch. And this is the same thing, but now the shoulder blades have cleared the floor. So you can lift your head and hold, or you can pull the belly button in really tightly and get the shoulder blades off the floor. And you're holding a crunch here, and it's a lot harder. You can feel that. So you can do either one of those. You can also take a break. But if you feel good about both, we're going to come up into that V position. Remember, you can always hold on to your knees if you'd like to for both. So let's go ahead and do our first boat. Let's rock forward. And again, just hold your head up or hold a crunch. That's going to be fine. So in boat, there's a tendency to want to do this, and that's okay. You can grab the knees. You can always grab your knees in boats. All right, so in boat, try to work on your upper body posture first. Try to get the back straight. Try to get the neck in alignment with the spine. So you don't want the head leaning forward. You want to really try to get that neck in alignment with spine. So really work on your back posture. And then at some point, hopefully you'll be able to release the legs and come into boat. So nice deep breaths here. And let's all take a break. We'll do this 2 more times. So knees pointed up. And do this slowly. Let both knees go all the way over to the left. Feel your hips. Doesn't matter one side or the other, but feel your hips engage so the legs go all the way over. Now slowly, both legs all the way over, all the way over. In other words, involve your hips. Get the hips into this. Now slowly do this a couple more times. Let this feel good, but it's going to give you a little twist. But you want to feel it in the hips. Feel a little bit of movement here in the hips. And take a moment to compose yourself. We're going to do boat for the second time. So 3 is a good sacred number. So we can use sacred numbers when we do yoga. All right. Arms up, legs up. Remember, you can always just hold your head up. Either that or come into boat. And remember, you can always hold on to the knees when you're in boat. So try to have the back straight, deep breaths, in and out through the nose. If you'd like to make boat harder, then you need to do somebody else's class. I don't know. There's a way to make boat harder. That is to take the arms up, but it's not to do this. It's to take the arms out to the sides. Try to get the arms in alignment with the spine and the neck. And I don't know about you, but that makes me top heavy, but it definitely makes boat harder. Go ahead and lay back. And then again, let both knees gently, just roll gently from one side to the other. Let the hips feel good. We'll do one more boat after this. Let's get ready. One more time. Boats. Deep breaths. Remind yourself that boating is fun. And then everybody lay all the way down. Slide your thumbs along the floor overhead. Pull your hands away from your body, lengthen through your body. And now bend your knees up just a little bit, but keep your heels on the floor. So knees are slightly up. And a big inhale, both arms up. When you see your hands, exhale. Touch your toes. Come back down. Go slowly. And then slide your thumbs along the floor, away from your body, and stay here. Lengthen through your spine. And then knees up just a little bit, heels still on the floor. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, touch your toes. And let's do that one more time. Stay here for a moment, lengthen your body. And then bend the knees up just a little bit on a big inhale, both arms up. Exhale, and come around to downward facing dog. And then from here, rock forward to plank. Drop your knees down. Turn your feet flat to your mat. Look up. Don't let your shoulders collapse. Come up strong in the shoulders. Push your belly button down and forward. Wiggle your hips. Deep breaths here. Take a moment. Gently rock. Gently just go very little tiny distance from side to side. Let that feel good. That's a stretch across your tummy. And then rock back on your knees, wiggle your hips. Come to downward facing dog. Walk both feet forward. And then slowly roll up. Come all the way up, reach up. And then bring your arms down to your side. Nice, shake out your shoulders. Okay, inhale the arms up. Come down. Take your right leg back to a lunge. Chin lifted, chest all the way to your thigh. Try to have a straight line from your neck through your backbone, through your leg to that heel in the rear. Try to have everything straight. Try to have the knees straight. If you can, both hands down to your mat. If not, that's going to be fine. Your chest is all the way down to your thigh and your chin is lifted, so you're looking forward. We're going to come into Warrior One. So turn your foot in the rear to the side. Bring your upper body up, hands to your hips. Twist your hips so that you're facing forward. Experiment with your lunge. You don't have to have a lunge here. So we're going to come into Warrior One. You can have a lunge or you cannot have a lunge. You're fine. Now, hands on your hips. Set your shoulders. Look forward. So this is a modified Warrior One. And then for Warrior One, both arms up. Shoulder blades pull down. Chin slightly lifted, slight curve in the back, looking forward. As you get used to this, you can certainly go deeper with the curve. But for beginning students, slight curve in the back. Take your gaze forward, maybe a little tiny bit up.
Just a little bit. This is warrior one. Let's go to warrior two. So bring your hands to your hips, straighten out your front knee, turn your hips to the side. So with warrior one, our hips were facing the side. Now with warrior two, I'm the front. Now with warrior two, our hips are turned facing the side. So experiment with your lunge. Don't let your torso lean forward. Backbone straight up and down. And then if you can, arms out, shoulder blades pull down. The shoulders want to shrug here. Take your gaze over your hand in the front. Try to lengthen straight up and down through your neck and your spine. Pull your hands apart. Try to feel the center of your backbone. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. The chin and the shoulder want to creep up on each other. Chin lifted just a little bit. Shoulder blades pull down. Let's come into reverse warrior. Turn your palm up in the front and we'll rock back. Right shoulder drops low. Left hand comes up. Deep breaths here. You can keep your lunge or you can straighten out the knee. Deep breaths. This is reverse warrior. And just for a moment, warrior two, and then come back to your lunge, facing forward, rear foot forward to a fold. Slowly, all the way up, and reach up. And then bring your arms down to your side. Shake out your shoulders. Nice work, everybody. Come back next week and we'll do warriors on the other side. Just kidding. Let's come to the front edge of the mat. We'll do warriors with the right foot forward. Inhale the arms up, reach up. Come down gently. Take this left foot back to a lunge. Chin lifted, chest to your thigh, backbone straight from your neck all the way through to the heel in the rear. Nice, good lunge. We'll come into warrior one. So turn the foot in the rear to the side. Bring your upper body up so your front foot still points forward. The rear foot's to the side. Bring your hands to your hips and twist your hips to face forward. Experiment with your lunge, although you don't have to have a lunge. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. And then only if you'd like to. Arms up, fingertips up, shoulder blades down. Warrior one. Nice. Let's hands to your hips, straighten out your knee in the front, turn your hips to the side. And again, that front foot, that right foot is pointed forward, left foot in the rear to the side. Look over your right shoulder, pull your shoulder blades down. Arms come out, shoulder blades down. Experiment with your lunge. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Try to breathe only through the nose here. This is when it gets hard. Nice work. Palm up in the front. Drop your left shoulder down, right shoulder comes up. Feel a good stretch through your right side. You can straighten out that front knee. That's going to be fine. Or you can keep your lunge. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Just for a moment, warrior two. Lunge facing forward. Downward facing dog. Alternate the knees back and forth. And then drop down onto both knees. And rock back. Elbows down. Lay your head all the way down. Tailbone back and low. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. When you're ready, flop around onto the tummy. Make sure your head and shoulders are going to land on your mat. Let's start with the hands, palms down, close into the hips. You can have your ankles and knees touching here, or you can have them up to hip distance apart. I think it's better to have them a little bit apart, but either way. And then from here, lift your hips up. Stay here and breathe. You don't want to have any weight on your head and neck. All the weight's on your shoulders and your feet. And take a moment to really pull your hips up. Really arch your back up here. And then come down for a gentle landing. Take your hands, palms down, beside your hips. Pull your knees up. And then actually grab behind your knees. Lay here and hug your knees into your heart. Hug your knees in tightly. And then stay here, or if you can, grab your right foot with your right hand, your left foot with your left hand. Go ahead and lay your head and shoulders back. And then one at a time, see if you can straighten out the right leg and then bring it back in. See if the left leg wants to do that. And then bring it back in. And stay here for a moment. Just work these legs one at a time. If you can't get the full range of motion, you're okay. You can also just lay here with your knees above your heart. That's going to be just fine. Very good. And from here, let's rock forward to a seated position. Sweep the mat around again. Take both legs straight out in front of you. And we'll start by taking the left foot and nestle it into the right thigh. And this is going to make you turn your hips just a little bit to the side. Now, face your right knee. Inhale your arms up. Reach up. Big inhale here, and on an exhale, come down. Now grab your knee, your calf, or your foot, whatever you can. Inhale, lift your chin, lengthen through your back. Look forward, take in a deep breath here. And then on an exhale, let your upper body come down towards your right knee. Deep breaths. Now, chances are, if you're tight here, it's your lower back. So let's concentrate on the lower back. Lift your chin, take in a deep, deep breath. Pull in tightly, pull the lower back in tightly. Now, don't let your upper back go down yet. On an exhale, press just your belly button forward, just your lower back forward. Feel that tension in the lower back. Now let the upper back curl down. So if you're tight and it's your lower back, remember in these stretches, everybody release. Remember in these stretches, engage that lower back first. The upper back wants to be flexible. It wants to, usually, not everybody, but most of us, it wants to be flexible and it wants to do that. So you'll go ahead and do it. But if we force the lower back first, really make the lower back think about what's going on. All right, now we're going to take the left leg out, nestle the right foot into the left thigh. Grab the knee, the calf, or the foot, whatever you can. Inhale, lift your chin here, look at your left foot. Now push your lower back into this. Feel your lower back push forward. In yoga, this is called getting the belly button into the stretch. You're driving your belly button down and forward. You're pulling that lower back with it. So one more big inhale here. Really pull the lower back in tight. And then let's press forward. Your back is straight. Now on the exhale, let your upper back collapse. Let it rock down. Head between your arms. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. With every inhale, ask your body to relax. Never force it. With every exhale, simply let it happen. Just let it happen. And everybody gently bring your upper body up. Bring the soles of the feet together, the S-O-L-E-S. I gotta wiggle out a knee first before I can do that. Bring the soles of the feet together. Pull the heels in tightly. And try to have the back straight, shoulders set. Now we want to do an inner thigh stretch here. So with your knees, try to pull the heels in as tightly as you can, if you're comfortable. And then with the back straight, you don't want to be all curved in the back here. Set your shoulders, your chin is lifted, good strong posture. Take the knees down. So you'll feel that in the inner thigh. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. If your knees don't want to go far, don't worry about it. I've been trying for over 20 years. When I first began doing yoga, right around 2000, I'd be right here with my knees. So I have gained a little bit, but I probably also lost some. All right, everyone. Go ahead and make sure your head and your shoulders are going to land on your mat. And let's do a couple more stretches. Now take your elbows out wide, or if you want better support, take your hands out wide, palms down. Straighten out your legs, and then take your right leg straight up into the air. Turn your head to the right, and then bend your right knee as you bring your right leg over to the left. With your left hand, if it's comfortable, grab that right knee and gently guide this right knee over to the left. Keep your head turned to the to the right. Keep looking to the right. Keep that right shoulder going right. Keep it to the floor if you can. And then get your backbone straight from your shoulders to your hips. So what we have here is a really good internal twist. So this is one of the really good things about cooling down from yoga, is making sure that we're getting a deep twist here. Now, let's go ahead and straighten out the legs on the mat, give them a wiggle. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So hands can come out wide, left leg up, can bend your left knee as your left leg goes over to the right. You don't have to bend the knee. You can grab that left knee with your right hand if that's you, and then force your left shoulder down to the left. And again, imagine a straight line from your shoulders to your hips. And in yoga, this is to twist and pull and squish and meet all of the internal organs. And so they love that particular stretch. Straighten out your legs on your mat, give your knees a wiggle. Hands can come down by your hips, palms up if that feels good. You could stay right here for a couple of minutes. At the end of a yoga class, we like to take a couple of minutes to simply relax, to simply let the body feel what's just happened. Let body and mind enjoy each other in a celebration of life. And when body, mind, breath can flow easily in life, then the soul is not distracted by things of this world. The soul is free to reach out, to seek God. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Excuse me. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Come to a seated position, back straight, legs comfortable. I want to thank you very much for being here. A moment for yourselves, but not a selfish moment. This moment makes sharing your life with those you love far, far better than it would otherwise. Thank you so much for being here. We like to end a yoga class with the word namaste. Namaste means, when I look into your eyes, I see the spark of the divine. When I look at you, I see that you are God's creation, that there is something good of you. And this is the deep south where I'm from. So namaste, y'all.